Food Not Bombs is a community organization. It's a chapter of a larger nonprofit organization that operates all around the world. Basically, what we do is we reduce food waste and at the same time encourage solidarity among our fellow community members to just share what we have with one another, because food is a basic human right and a lot of people go hungry every night. I got started by this woman, Asantua Harris, of the Community Vision Council at CCNY. She basically came to me. She was running a farm share out of the school, Corbin Hill Farm Share. And at the end of every week, some people wouldn't come and pick up their shares, so she didn't know what to do with the extra food. She felt wrong taking it home because she hadn't paid for it. And so basically she was donating it to a Food Not Bombs chapter in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. At one point she brought a member from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn in to talk to us, and he just gave us everything we needed to know, basically. And from there it was pretty easy. He's been with us ever since. He's an older man. He bikes from Bed-Stuy every single Wednesday with a crock pot or some other donations in Stowe, and he's just awesome. He's an awesome guy. I don't think Harlem in particular needs a Food Not Bombs more than any other place. I think everywhere should kind of be touched by the message that Food Not Bombs has to share. It's really doesn't draw any kind of socioeconomic lines in most ways, because we don't feed homeless people. We don't feel the less fortunate. We feed people who are hungry. So if you make $1 million a year and you're hungry and you see us on the sidewalk, like, we're just as happy to feed you. Food Not Bombs, the most obvious one, I guess, is that our government should be allocating more money to feeding its people and providing the basic human rights that it so long has said it would provide its people with, rather than spending so much money on the military and war. And then there's like the quirky aspect of that, where it's like 60s and 70s kind of make love, not war, make sex, not war, things like that, make food, not bombs. So it's kind of along those lines. And basically every Tuesday we go to local businesses within about a 10-mile radius, and we pick up the excess food they have, and then the next night, we cook it all together. We all get together and just have a big cooking party. We cook it all, and then on Wednesdays, we go to a local park and then we heat it and serve it to the public. So basically it takes each week about 6 hours in total from each member, if we're like really each taking roles and using our time efficiently. 6 hours from each member. It's definitely very, very cool. When we were first setting up, people were walking by and they were just like, what are you doing? Like, everyone was like, oh, what church are you with? Or why is this happening? What are you promoting? A lot of people are staying away from us, just not answering us. And as they were there every week, we've had like a lot of regulars for a while now. We started in October this year. But every week we get more and more people are kind of like, okay, I see you guys here every week. Like, I'm breaking down. Like, let me try some of your food. And we always have like a very, very good food because of like the great sources we have, which are local restaurants, like businesses that have to sell very fresh produce or things like that. So when they give it to us at the end of the night, it's always very quality stuff, and then we can cook very good meals for our community members. Harlem has a lot of less wealthy people, some people who are kind of at the bottom of the socioeconomic ladder, especially as far as Manhattan goes. And I think just the idea that we're preaching that you don't need money as much to help people. I mean, we definitely, all of our group members throw in money for food. If we're ever low on donations, they donate their houses every single week to this. But really what you really need is time. And as long as you can put in the time to like go around and talk to all these restaurants and build relationships with the restaurants, then you can make a lot of stuff happen. And all you really need to do is look out for one another, and it would just be so much easier if everyone could realize that there is so much in the world to go around. It's just that we don't distribute it in the kind of way that everyone could benefit from it.